Down, next page. Come down. Read it.
Suppliers or creating supplier is a procurement.
Talk a little loudly.
Creating supplier is a procurement process. Is to create a supplier or the supplier creation process. A procurement agent creates supplier.
Sorry, I cannot hear. Supplier registration process, procurement agent create a supplier. Okay, come down.
This
Oh, you jumped here. Supplier registration process. What is supplier registration process? Used by external companies. I told no, I supplier, it told no, external company. So they can itself create or we can create. Okay. Collaborative review process. Outcome is approve or reject. Okay. So you can create supplier, but we have to select the eligible supplier. Correct. We see for buying one project. Suppose you want to buy a television. Hello.
yes, hello.
Voice is down. See, suppose I want to buy a laptop. So how many supplier you will see?
The 2-3 suppliers like
More than two,
okay.
three supplier also, correct. So first you will go to online, you can check this, that, and what is the service, what is that, everything you will see, right? And also directly you will go to some laptop showrooms and see. So finally among that you choose one supplier. Suppose you are choosing Lenovo. So in Lenovo, you will see that which who will sell Lenovo, direct Lenovo, or you want to go through Amazon, Flipkart, everything you will go to next. Then you will select the supplier. So that's why they're telling even if you select multiple, you will reject or approve. Only one supplier would approve of the multiple supplier, correct? Irrelevant, you cannot add every supplier. That's what they are telling. Procurement agent is a user, he is creating it. So we are telling procurement agent, okay? Next.
Managing procurement agents. Managing procurement agent. Set up procurement agent to have access to business unit, supplier setup, access to other agents documents.
Yeah, business unit. Here in Fusion, they introduced business unit. No, Lavanai, we don't have business unit. Here we have business unit. So these users should be having access to all this business unit supplier set. Okay, next.
Practice for
Next.
data roles for supplier setup and
Okay, no
maintenance.
problem. Next.
Practice the trading community model, IBM
Uh,
Corporation.
So they are telling this is supplier. Okay. TCA, TCM, trading community, or they will say TCA, trading community architecture. Yeah, they're telling TCM. Okay. Trading, what is trading company? Suppose IBM Corporation is there. IBM. Okay. They are same as supplier and customer. So you also buy, you also sell. So IBM, you buy something and you also sell something. Okay. That's what they're having IBM Corporation supplier customer account number. And site 1, site 2, two branch, they have so. So here purchasing branch and payment. They have a payment back. They are ship to and bill to. So purchasing unit is separate, pay. You will pay, no? Finance is separate. What is ship to and bill to?
Like we are sending here and billing for different place and shipping for different place. That is bill to ship to.
No, billing will be commonly one unit only normally. In India, maybe. Billing unit is different. Shipping is the warehouse where they store. Okay. So ship to. So bill to, always bill to is a mandatory thing because we are dealing with finance. Okay. Correct.
Yes.
Without finance, you cannot ship. But and you can see some services and all, they don't need shipping. Correct. Audit service, this service, consultant. Okay. Come down.
That are the part of the trading community model.
Uh, Read it. Suppliers are part of.
As are a part of a trading community model. They are global entities and are not created within a business unit or within any organization, any other organizational context. However, the supplier sites are assigned to business units and can be assigned more than one business unit. Okay. The trading community model enables the creation of one entity or part being used for multiple purpose in cloud applications. When a supplier is created, continue now.
Yeah,
Continue.
continue.
When a supplier is created or during the supplier registration approval process, the system performs checks to avoid adding duplicate suppliers. The matching engine is supported by the enterprise data quality application, which can perform matching checks against all external parties, including customers. Okay. You can configure the types of parties to consider for matching, such as a supplier and customers to be checked for similar and exact name matches. For example, if a company exists as a customer, the user is informed so they can decide whether the party can be used as a supplier. If selected, the existing party is used to establish the supplier. Okay. The graphic above illustrates that the IBM Corporation entity can be created as both a supplier and a customer. The customer ship to site address can be used as the purchasing site purpose, and the customer bill to site can be used as a pay site purpose. Okay, the trading community model ensures the integrity of your master table. Done. So,
What do you understand?
so in one go, nothing. I have to take a pause and like first they cannot create global entities within a business unit. Okay, then they will site assign the supplier sites to business unit and can assign more than one business unit. Then creation of one entity. That you said the same. Like the purchasing unit was different and the paying billing amount is different. Bill to site can be used to pay the site purpose.
So you understood, right? So you understood, right?
Yeah, little bit.
Mm. Mm. So what is the difference between supplier and trading community model?
In trading community, there is a unit, different unit, which one is purchasing and one is selling, like billing. For billing, one is for purchasing. One minute.
Then
Then in that is in trading community model. Then that billing will be paid by one unit and purchase from the different unit.
so supplier part of trading community module. So supplier comes under TCM. Okay.
It comes under TCM.
Okay. So if you see, TCM enables the creation of one entity or party being used for multiple purpose. Multiple purpose, not only here. So it will work for other modules, other things, wherever. Once you create a player in ERP, it can be used in multiple modules, multiple purpose. Okay.
Used for
Okay.
multiple.
It is normal. When you create a supplier, it check for the duplicate. It won't allow duplicate. Okay. You cannot create multiple
Okay.
party. And one more thing is party. You are telling trading community module. Party. Party is a supplier and customer checked to that exact names. Okay, you can see no here party.
Party can be used as a supplier.
Yeah. Okay. Come to the next page. Supplier TCS, supplier number, profile. So for creating a supplier, you need a supplier profile, supplier address, supplier site, contacts. What is supplier profile? So what is the supplier type? What type of organization? Business classification. The supplier is a manufacturer or this, that, everything. Tax, income tax, everything we have to put in the profile. Address. How many sites they are having? They can have 10 sites, 3 sites, 2 sites. We have to add everything because you should know which site you are billing, right? Correct. Contacts, payment. This is address, site. Okay, this all site and contacts. So they are splitted. See how we visualize, they are splitting and showing it. Correct. So it is not easy to create player. You should have this much of information. Many optional information as contact, but it is useful because when you are not paid on time or when something is happening, they are telling shortage of goods, some inspection failure, everything, you have to contact them, right?
Yes.
Next.
Supplier.
Uh,
That profile we have done, right?
Did it?
Here, this is profile. In profile, you will see organization, business classification, products and services, transaction tax, income tax, and payments.
Mm.
The supplier
Okay.
profile tab includes general information like supplier name and number, tax organization type, for example, corporation, individual, foreign corporation, so on. Business relationships, like see the next slide for more information. Parent supplier. The supplier profile tab includes the following subtabs. Organization, used to capture identification information such as the allies, the dues, numbers, customers numbers, and so on. Also used to capture regional information, a corporate profile, financial profile, and merge history. Then business classification. Business classification supports the
Okay,
extracting.
okay. These are all okay. I will share now. You can cut it. I will share my screen. You can see my screen.
Yes.
So these are all invoices. Next. So now you learned about suppliers. So invoice, what are the process needed here? Okay. Okay. So main I told no, AP means procure to pay. Procurement. You do your purchase requisition, checking the multiple list of requisition. In the best one, create a purchase order, then physically receive goods. Okay.
Yes.
Then you see create a supplier, create an invoice, payment, disbursement of payment, then cash management. See, cash management is an optional setup for few, but if you pay check, it has to come to cash management, correct? It has to be cleared. If it is bounce, it is a reverse thing, right? Correct.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
So procurement, payable, payment, cash management. So they explained this one. So once you create an invoice, so it will have invoice line, invoice header, date and account, invoice group, invoice request, matching. What do you mean by matching? You create a PO and you go for two-way matching, three-way matching, four-way matching inside the purchasing. So that comes when it comes to that call matching, matching to the invoice. Okay.
Yes.
Pay group. What is pay group? They are a group. Suppose you want to pay taxes. Taxes will come at pay group. They will create a pay group called income tax, that tax. Okay. And they
Okay.
have payment priority along with this. PPR payment priority means which payment should go first, 1 to 99 like that. Okay.
Okay.
Invoice overview, same. There is a manual invoice. You create directly in Oracle, that is manual invoice. And you create a spreadsheet. You create a spreadsheet and upload. Okay. See, they have ADAFTI here because you cannot create manually all the invoice, right?
Yes.
Correct. Recurring invoice, FTN. Recurring invoice means repeated invoice. Suppose you want to create rent invoice. Every month you are creating rent invoice. So you can create instead of invoice a recurring invoice. Recurring invoice will repeat month after month automatically. If you want to alter, you can alter. These are all you can see matched, unmatched.
MBDI that
Every day you see now it is uploading. It will upload data input. If you see anything to be imported into the system, one file will generate like Excel. If you fill and click it, FBBDA will come. Okay.
okay. Yes.
Standard invoice. What are the type of invoice? Standard invoice, credit memo, debit memo, standard invoice, credit memo, prepayment. Prepayment is an advance. Okay.
Advance. Yeah.
Payment request. Oracle expense or Oracle receivable. Okay. What is type of payment request? One type is there. What is payment request? What do you think generally?
We are requesting payment from client like or supplier.
Okay. Not like that. To differentiate, there is a credit memo, debit memo, invoice, right? So
Yes.
payment request they have given, no? If it is come from, see, receivable, you sold to a customer, you want to refund something. You sold for 1 lakh, 50,000 to be refunded. Okay.
Okay.
So you cannot refund in AR, right? So in AP, that 50,000 invoice will create as a payment request type. Type will be payment request. So it is telling the request from Oracle expense. Maybe Oracle expense, an employee going off a tour. We want to return some money to him. It will be coming from Oracle expense to AP, Oracle AR to AP. So to disperse funds to be a payee, that is not defined as a supplier. So these people will not be defined as supplier automatically. This will be coming like that. Okay. Can you read it 1 minute
Yeah.
fully?
Standard invoice from a supplier for
Can you read it from standard?
standard. Standard and a invoice from a supplier for goods or services rendered. Standard invoices can be either matched or not matched to a purchase order. Credit memo, a document from supplier that enhances a credit for goods or services rendered. Debit memo, a credit from a supplier that does not send you a credit memo document. Standard invoice request, an invoice without a purchase order that is submitted through Oracle supplier portal and that is pending approval from the requester. Credit memo, credit memo invoice request, a credit memo without a purchase order that is submitted through supplier portal and that is pending approval from the requester. Prepayment, an advance payment to a supplier. Okay, payment request, a request from Oracle expense or Oracle receivables to disburse funds to pay that is not defined as a supplier. Withholding tax, and an invoice to a tax authority for withholding tax that is automatically generated. You can create withholding tax invoices manually if the option allows manual withholding is enabled. Okay, interest, and the invoice for interest on overdue invoices, this is automatically generated. Done. Interest, and the invoice for interest overdue invoices, this is automatically generated. Invoice header define common information such as invoice number, invoice amount, Supplier payment terms. The invoice can have multiple invoice lines, record details of the goods and services including tax, freight and miscellaneous charges. Capture details necessary for integration with applications such as Oracle Asset, Oracle Project and Oracle Purchasing. Can be generated automatically by matching an invoice to a purchase order, receipt or consumption invoice, consumption advice. Can be entered manually. An invoice line can have one or more distributions. Distributions are used to create accounting entries and include the following: accounting dates, distribution combination, information. Invoice line types categorize lines on the invoice as a item, freight, miscellaneous, prepayment. Invoice lines types categorize the lines on the invoice. You can select some line types such as a item. Other lines types such as a prepayment are automatically generated. The lines types are item details of goods and services. Freight charges for freight which can be allowed to item lines. Miscellaneous charges such as installation or services which can be allotted to item lines. Prepayment lines for prepayment application or an application which are automatically created. The tag note invoice line actions. Invoice line actions include the following: matching, allocating freight and miscellaneous charges, canceling a line, adding a line, deleting a line, managing distribution. What is the navigation? Navigation payables, invoices, tax panel, then create invoice. The following actions can be taken on the invoice lines. First is a matching, allocate, cancel line and adding a line and deleting a line. For matching line, match to a purchase order or receipt. See sub request slide from for more details. Allocate freight miscellaneous charges or both or all the or specific lines. See the subsequent slide for more details. Cancel line. Canceling a line set invoice and installment amounts to zero. Reversal invoice distribution and reverse matches to purchase order schedules and distribution. Adding a line used to create a multiple lines on the invoice. Deleting a line. You can delete only a line
So
prior to
here,
that.
here we talked about head item, invoice line and invoice header, correct?
Okay.
See, line item is suppose you are going to a medical provision stuff, okay? You are buying lot of provisions, 20 items. Total is 3000, okay? You pay 3000, you cross check, right? Correct.
Yes, correct.
So that 20 items is the line item. Total is 3000. Total will come at the header. These will come at the lines down
Lines.
breakup. So here item means freight is there because you need these are all big companies, right? You need some vehicles to pick and drop and everything, correct?
Yes.
And installation, if you buy some machinery, you have to install and all that service, prepayment, advance, everything included.
Yes.
It's repeatedly same only. Very easy only. If you do one problem, you will understand. Hold. What do you mean by hold? Suppose supplier delivers project, okay? Under product is delivering. I find that that is not up to the mark. Many complaints I am receiving. So I paid some 50,000 to him out of 1 lakh. So I will tell the finance team hold the payment until it is solved. They said that we will send some people to repair or something, okay, or replace, but not happening. So you cannot repeatedly tell them, right? You tell them, sir, this is the issue. I put on hold. Once you clear our issue, we will release the payment. So system will put the there is two hold: system hold and manual hold. Okay, system hold is if you're wrongly creating invoice, header level is 1 lakh and here you are giving lines total 90,000. You are missing something, some way everywhere. See, manual hold is you can put hold because automatically system will pay, right? Automatic payment. Batch payment, it will not pick up when you put on hold. That is hold. Okay. Integration with asset. See, even you are buying asset, you have to pay through AP only. That's what they are telling. Integration with the landed cost management. There is a model called LCM. And that they are telling, landed cost management.
Okay.
All practically you will understand. And images. Many people are using Kofax, some software to scan the invoices. See how the BPOs operate in India. Okay. They are sitting somewhere in America, South America, Africa and all. Once some supplier comes, they will scan the invoice and send here. The scanning, no, that image, based on that only our people will type the AP invoice. And there is an option in the invoice screen to attach that. They will attach the scanned image also. Okay.
Yes.
So everything will be throughout the world. You can see the scanned image wherever you are. That's why they are telling images. Payment request. Individual and batch payment is there. A debit memo, credit memo. See, what is credit memo in AP? What is the difference between debit memo and credit memo in AP? Tell me.
In AP, like I do know a debit and credit memo. Like credit memo we generate when we have to pay the amount to supplier. And
Debit memo and credit memo. Suppose a invoice is for 100
100.
quantity.
Yes.
Why we raise a debit memo is I received only 90 quantity. I will tell them why 10 quantity missing. I will write a debit memo. Me, when I receive the good, 10. So 100 minus 10, net is 90. Okay, this is debit memo. What is credit memo? He promised to send 200 quantity, but when they are getting it in godown only warehouse, it is only 195. Maybe damaged or some theft. So they realized it before sending, and they will see already 200 billed and sent, right? So they will raise 5 as credit memo. When they raise it as debit credit memo, I raise it as a debit memo. Both are negative only. Okay. But in AR, what is the difference is debit memo is positive, credit memo is negative. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bank branches and everything. Now we can create in cash management. Only supplier bank we can create here.